Dustin knew that Caitlin deeply lacked a sense of security. If he asked her not to do anything, she would feel even more lost. At that moment, his phone rang. When he picked up the phone, he heard an unfamiliar voice. "Hello, is this Mr. Rhys? I'm the new chief inspector from the Investigation Bureau, Aspen Cruiser." "Oh, it's you, Chief Cruiser. Is something the matter?" Dustin was surprised. "Here's the deal. We just arrested a suspect named Julie Amberson. According to our investigation, she was your sister-in-law, and she's involved in the theft of Immortanol. I wanted to ask if you wanted to take her case?" Aspen asked tentatively. "It's fine. This has nothing to do with her," Dustin replied. Although he didn't like Julie, he wouldn't stoop so low as to use his power for his personal revenge and send her to jail. "All right, I know what to do now. Enjoy your day, Mr. Rhys." Dustin said nothing as he hung up. Then, he took out an ancient text and began to leaf through it. It was an old habit of his. Whenever he had some free time, he'd pick up a book to read. Suddenly, there was a furious shout from outside. "Dustin, get the fuck out here now." Soon after, Florence stormed inside, accompanied by James and a few other thugs. "Did you need something from me?" Dustin raised his head to level her with a look. "You inhumane animal. What did Julie ever do to you? How dare you try to get her in trouble?" Florence screamed as soon as she stepped through the door. "You're truly devoid of a conscience, you pathetic, shameless, ungrateful, degenerate animal." "Mom, since when did you know so many adjectives?" James was taken aback. She didn't even graduate from middle school, but she sure knew how to give a good scolding. "Is that the point?" Florence turned her head and glared hard at James. Then, she wiped her head and looked back at Dustin. "Rhys, I bet you have nothing smart to say anymore. I knew you were guilty from the start. I don't know where you heard this unfounded rumor from, but Julie's arrest has nothing to do with me. She was the one who made friends with the wrong crowd," Dustin said, unfazed by her accusations. "Bullshit! Do you think that it'll blow over if you keep denying it? I'm warning you, if something happens to Julie in there, you'll never hear the end of it from me." Florence warned through gritted teeth. "Did you come here just to tell me this?" Dustin was expressionless. "Of course not. The reason we graced you with our presence is to ask you for the formula for Immortanol." James declared. "That's right. For getting Julie into trouble, you must compensate us. I order you to hand us the formula." Florence demanded arrogantly. "The formula for Immortanol?" Dustin lifted a brow. "Sorry, I can't give it to you. It now belongs to the Harmon family." "I don't care. You have to give us a copy today," Florence commanded unreasonably. "Exactly. If the Harmon family can have it, then so can we. If you hand us the formula, we won't hold the past against you," James yelled. "I told you, I can't give you the formula. If you're here for this, then please leave." Dustin tried to chase them out of the medical center. "Bullshit! You have to give it to us today, no matter what. Or else, don't blame us if we do it the hard way." James threatened, an evil glint in his eyes. Seeing the situation turn sour, Caitlin immediately stood in front of Dustin, shielding him. "You're being so unreasonable. Mr. Rhys has already said he won't give it to you. If you keep insisting, I'll call the authorities." Although she was shaking from fright, she didn't retreat. "Where did this bitch come from? Get the fuck out of the way." Angered, James gave Caitlin a harsh slap, and the latter fell to the floor. Her pink cheek began to swell. Dustin's expression darkened. An indescribable anger began to boil inside of him.